Hey guys, Justice Curry with you today. I have a special guest in studio, my daughter BB. How are you, BB?
Good.
Good. BB, I wanted to show you something real quick. We have a massive, huge, look how crazy this box is. This is a large box filled with He-Man, but before we get to opening this box of He-Man, I wanted to show you this.
When I sit back in my chair and check out He-Man, to be like him, I wonder how it would be, man. To go back to a kid, I wonder how it would feel, man. To have Joes and Mo too. Keep it real, man. I reminisce on days when I played. Dazed in the haze as we laid in beds, mama.
Now, is this no, not yet. This is pretty big He-Man, huh? I mean, that's a mint on card, 8-back He-Man. That's pretty neat, huh? What, you got a bigger one? No, you have, show the people at home that. That's insane. That's a larger He-Man. Wait a minute. We don't have a bigger He-Man than this, do we? You know what? Hold on.
With us.
I'm gonna follow you. Let's see if.
Let's
What?
come with us.
Hold on. What are you talking about? This is super messy back here. I'm in the process of thinning out the toys. What are you pointing at? Huh? What? Oh my gosh! Are you kidding me? There is a large, ginormous, by the power of Grayskull, He-Man. He-Man, awesome. Funny story, come back with me. Funny story. My wife almost murdered me. Yes, it is a miracle. You will be able to tell him something very shortly. My wife almost murdered me. I saw on Facebook Marketplace a listing for a mannequin. I'll show a picture of it right now. And I ended up buying it, put it on Facebook. It was hilarious, made some posts, and I said, I'm gonna put my He-Man costume and then my He-Man mask made by the Prop Shop. Check it out, the Prop Shop in Port Huron. You can buy those custom masks. They're amazing. Put it in there. I mean, for someone that has all sorts of craziness, why not have a He-Man mannequin on that level of insanity? But she wants to tell you, you have 2 seconds to tell someone. And I'm not undressing, I just need to take off this outer coat before we unbox this.
Before we started this up, the cat was in the basement sitting on her flat. She's right here. Her name's Eleanor. She knocked down the iron,
yes.
And we were glad she was not hurt.
Right. In the storage unit.
She could have died.
Yeah, that's right. So we're... And most of the time I have my daughter, my kids, my family involved in a lot of these YouTube videos just to preserve these memories, the history of my life, the journey of my life, to share with you. I mean, I'm not doing these YouTube videos to make money. It doesn't want to be picked up right now. They're obviously not edited heavily because there's insanity, but she's going to be, you know, a teenager, an adult before I know it. It was like 2 seconds ago when she was just a baby. So I like to preserve all these.
And the cat almost bit me.
Yes. All right. This box was sent to me by a buddy. I'm not going to name him. I'll give him a shout out possibly in the credits later if he gives me permission. A lot of times people just like to remain private. But he's going through some medical issues. So, my prayers are out to him. Please give him, I know I'm not saying his name right now, but give him some prayers as well. But he's thinning down his Mo2 collections, Masters of the Universe. Oh, she has many things to say. But he sent me, he's got an amazing, freaking epic collection, mainly of classics and some NECA statues. But he has some vintage figures, and we reached out, we talked, struck a deal, and he literally filled up a box, a large heavy box filled with He-Man and SheRa figures that we're going to be looking at together for the first time. So what do you have to show?
This is Yoda. He can do this.
Wake me, you did. Ready or not?
It's not Baby Yoda, so people at home aren't going to care. Alright.
He had a sword in his hands, but I took it. to play with and I lost it, so I don't even know where it is.
All right, well, let's check out and show people what's in this box of goodness. So peel back that bubble wrap and oh my goodness. Before we take everything out, I know it's exciting. We'll go through it one by one. I haven't looked at any of this. Some things are complete, some things are not complete. I'm hoping most things are not broken. I'm upgrading. That's the beauty of getting figures, is you get to upgrade. So this sorceress, as you just saw, has all her little markings on her front, whereas mine was played with heavily, and I'll let my daughter play with it. So this one might go up here, where my daughter cannot play with it, so that this one can be played with. All right, hold on. We got to go through this one by one. BB, will you do me a favor? Go grab one of those boxes out there. And get Yoda out of here. This is going to be a distraction. Get him out of here. Oh my goodness, yes. One of the largest vintage He-Man pickups I have ever gotten. That's why I wanted to share it with you guys as well. Those empty totes right there. Alright, first up is just regular He-Man. He's got that accessory kit that you could buy. Thank you. Bring it in here. When this is almost like it's live, because I don't do a lot of editing, so I'll have brain farts here, there, everywhere, and sometimes I might mispronunciate something. Sometimes I might call a figure by the wrong name, but just go with it. Just go with it. Let's see what's next. A Faker, the evil robot He-Man. Everyone loves Faker. The most important part, though, let's see if he has his chest sticker. Let me check it out here. Alright, my daughter disappeared. Probably to get some other kind of bizarre toy to show you guys. Yes, he does have his, let me take it off better. Undress him. That is the worst thing I could ever say. He does have his robot little chest sticker, for lack of a better term. I had a nice chest sticker on a different Faker years ago, and when she was, no, leave that out there. Leave that out there. We'll show people in a little bit. That's too big. No. We're not messing up this area. She peeled the chest sticker off, so you know, turned a $50 figure into a $20 figure. Like that. No. We don't want to show. People don't want to see. Well, hey, if you're good and you wait to the end after we go through all this, then you can show them. There's special bonus features at the end where she's going to show you something very amazing. No. Okay, whatever. Grizzlor, there's a couple of variants. The most notably is the black-faced Grizzlor that people will pay a nice chunk of money for. This is the regular Grizzlor. Schnaut Spout, why he's important is he's always missing that little cap back here. Show you. Come on. Oh my gosh. I can't wait till she's older where she can be my videographer here. So that cap gets pulled out because you put the water in him, put the cap on so it secures the water, and then you push that little button and it sprays water at you. You remember you had this in your bathtub when you were growing up. As you already saw, the sorceress with the nice decals on her chest. Nope, we're gonna keep that out of kids. You can see the other one that you play with on a regular basis. King Randor. This is a better King Randor than the one I have in my personal collection. The reason I will not upgrade it was the one in my personal collection got bounced around between 4 different friends in the He-Man community in Michigan, so it was kind of funny how it just made its rounds to various people and I ended up with it, so there's kind of a history to it. so I don't really want to sell it, even though it has its nose rubbed off, because that's the common thing with King Randor, is his nose gets jacked up. I mean, there's just a little tiny spot on his nose, but overall, pretty darn good. All right, what do you want to tell him?
This is another version of the sorceress, and this is a version of the evil witch.
Yep, that's Evil Lynn.
Evelyn, and she is the girl. Well, actually, Skeletor is the boss of.
Yeah, Skeletor, you say? Awesome. Moving right along to some of these figures I knew from the get-go were going to be the commemorative series. Now, the commemorative series, of course, I don't have my notes in front of me, so I'm going to use my fuzzy knowledge. It's 2020 right now, so I'm going to guess in the 2000, let's see, 7 years ago, 2014 era. They remade a handful of figures, and this was one of them. They look like the vintage ones. They call them the commemoratives. The packaging was kind of similar, but how you can tell if they're commemorative, other than some of the shininess to the plastic, is this little lip around the feet. Get it in there real well. I know you're like, unsubscribe. Alright, it's hard to see just because of the, alright, here's the lip. There's this ring around the feet because it made it easier for them to stand than the vintage ones that would fall down continually. Hurricane Hordak, one of my personal favorites, because I had him as a child, and he's got that cool gold chrome around. She's showing you some of her stuff right there. The weapons, I'm assuming, are packaged deeper within this box. Fortunately,
These are He-Man and Skeletor, but they're giant ones.
Yep. Those were the Maddie collectors. They made like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 giant warriors, and now I think those ones go for like $100 a piece. Whoa. Why'd you take him down? Don't be playing with regular Skeletor. My kids lose original accessories. I try not to get bummed out about that anymore, because I want her to have warm fuzzy feelings.
This is Skeletor, and he has the stuff that can control everything.
Yes. I wish I could use that on you. I want them to have these warm fuzzy feelings to the nostalgic factor that I have, because if I go, don't touch anything and don't play with anything, this is Daddy's arena, then they're not going to care about this kind of stuff. So I want them to have some fun. Unfortunately, it looks like Extendor had his arm broken in transit. I know he told me he was going to add like 3 figures that were already broken. I don't remember which ones he told me. I'm hoping this was one of them and this wasn't the one I paid for that's now broken, but whatever. Ninjor is an awesome figure. I'm really hoping and praying his accessories are in there, because he had a nice nunchucks, a bow and arrow, and then you know, this fabric is always missing and whatnot, so that's cool. Blast attack, explodes. Let's see if not Hurricane, but Buzzsaw Hordak. Let's see if this Buzzsaw is in there. It's not. Again, hoping and praying that it's someplace else. There is a bunch of SheRa figures. Now SheRa, I am not very familiar with the line. I watched the new Netflix series. I think
this is SheRa too, but she's in a different outfit.
No. I think that might be Double Trouble, or I don't remember all the names of them.
But this is SheRa.
Again, I have fuzzy knowledge when it comes to all the SheRa characters, and most of my knowledge doesn't come from the vintage cartoon. Buzz off. Most of my knowledge doesn't come from the vintage cartoon, because I didn't watch the vintage cartoon and I didn't have the vintage SheRa figures. SheRa obviously was interacting with the Horde troopers and the Hordak and his minions back in the day, which I loved. I mean, I had the Fright Zone. That was my jam. I didn't have Snake Mountain. I didn't have Castle Grayskull. I had the Fright Zone. But the guy I bought this collection from had a complete collection, other than there's like one that's super high dollars. He didn't have that one, but he has a complete collection of all the SheRa figures, which I don't have any. I mean, so this is pretty neat. I'll probably keep these in my collection someplace, as she's already going and hiding the accessories, but whatever. He-Man himself, again, it's got that ring around his feet, so you know it's the commemoratives. Buzz Off, unfortunately, commemorative as well.
This is SheRa.
No, that's Teela.
Teela. Who's SheRa?
SheRa. I guess I did have an old SheRa in your collection that was just all janked out, but this is SheRa. More cool figures. I'll go
the
through
one
this a
with
little bit
the
more.
wings was the sorceress.
Yeah.
The sorceress has big wings, and she can fly.
Absolutely. Webster.
This is Teela.
Yeah.
She's part of the crew of He-Man.
That's right. Webster is always missing some of the original string and whatnot, so that's neat to be able to see it. Again, I've gotten hate messages. I don't let hate keep me down. I am who I am. People have said horrible things about my daughter in the comments before, and if you're just a poisonous person and you like to spread your pain because you're going through pain, don't take it out on other people. And if you do, that stuff doesn't bother me. So you're barking up the wrong tree if you're trying to put daggers in my heart. I got iron. I'm in law enforcement. People hate me on a daily basis for no reason.
This is Skeletor's real sword.
Oh, that's a letter
And
opener. Actually, that's pretty neat.
This is for the sword to like do that.
Let's show people this. This is cool. Nate Barch, I'm saying his name horribly, but he was a designer, helped the Four Horsemen for these icon heroes. I've done an interview with him in the past. Check out my prior videos, but I was able to secure like a Snake Mountain as well as a custom. Well, he worked on it. I mean, these were available for icon heroes. They're not plastic. They're some type of plaster or something like that, but they made that letter opener, or maybe this was the business card holder, I don't remember. Letter opener plus business card holder, you put stuff. And he wanted to keep He-Man's power sword, but I was able to get the Skeletor's one. Anybody know what this is? Put it in the comments. That's before my time, and she has no idea what it is, but let's hear what she thinks it is. What is it? What is it, woman?
It is an airplane rider.
Sure.
They drive airplanes in the Air Force.
One of my favorite
Yeah!
figures, Modulok. You could create all different poses with him and his pieces.
Ooh.
I absolutely adore that figure. Get it? Adore it. Hordak. Simple Hordak. Hordak was my jam as well growing up. He was my leader of the bad guys. One of my favorite bad guys.
Yeah.
Hold on. The chest burster, I guess. Spike-Or. Love him. I just love the feeling of his. I love the feeling of his spikes, how it's kind of just that hard plastic feeling. He's one of my favorites, along with Mantenna. And I dug Leech too. Leech was always fun. So Spike-Or right here.
And this.
Yep, and that.
This is from
The Alien movie, which you have not seen yet.
movie.
Yes, I have it. People are going to be messaging me, I guarantee it. Not yet, Brandy. Right when I show this, but I think it's already spoken for, so don't be PMing me and blowing my PMs up. He became, like, 3 years ago, again, I mentioned it was 2020. Back like 3 years ago, he was like $70 complete. Now he's going for like $220. because the interest in He-Man has really grown, and this guy is a fan favorite. So I am praying the Halibrand is in there, his weapon, and she wants to show you a very special thing. This is like my sidekick.
This is one of the aliens that shoots out these little things from its tongue, see? And one more little thing, I'll put that down, put that.
Ram Man.
These little things come from its belly, which is really gross, which I couldn't watch it last night with his friend. But it's a snake. There's one right there, but it's...
Trapjaw, another commemorative one, with a little ring around there, but it's super crazy similar to the vintage one. Just the plastic looks a little different, but the scale, everything else is the same. Another one of my favorites because of my translucent obsession, which I've shown many times before, but I will take this opportunity to show once again my translucent chandelier, in which I've held. Hey, knock it off. I'll show some of these ones that I've hung up recently. Yep, Spike Horror right here. A number of customizers have lended their hand to help me further, and there's some production pieces as well. But I love translucent kind of stuff, and Roboto was one of my first.
The alien thing.
Oh yeah, there's the alien himself, which we had discussed. Alright, moving right along. I just like talking Motu. I like telling little personal stories. I like the side distractions. If only 2 people ever watched this video, it wouldn't bother me. Interacting with my daughter, being silly, not knowing what she's gonna say, or oh gosh, no.
Why?
This, today I knew I should have put this someplace else because it's made out of clay. It's the tomb of He-Man. I just acquired it.
Show them the inside.
Yeah. Hold on. We're gonna stop.
It's glass.
Very breakable. So obviously He-Man, his little crypt with some cool details. Instagram, Castle Clay Skull, if you want to reach out to him.
Skull.
Yep, Clay Skull. And inside,
it's his bones.
Oh, yes.
Let me see.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, that's scary. His sword is like right there, like right there. I'll put it back.
I hope I remember to. No, it's so breakable. An awesome designer that works in many different mediums. He has a specialty in making like He-Man inspired things. He sent me a photograph today, which is not for little people's eyes. That's inappropriate. Just like that's not a. Oh my god. He sent me a photograph today and said, "Hey, that Tomb of He-Man picture that you just posted the other day inspired this art." And this, I'm talking about inappropriate things, and then there's another inappropriate thing that I should have hidden. Another customizer made this ridiculous piece that people are gonna really hate on because my almost 10-year-old daughter is messing around with it. Alright, super inappropriate. Hey, put it back. Oh my god. Okay. Beastman. Commemorative series. Tongue lasher. Let's see what color his tongue's is. Alright, nice. His color's always the same. As she gets more attention and more frustration comes out of her daddy, she goes, "Ooh, this is the time to attack! Attack!" Stinkor. Ooh, still stinks. Again, I already showed you Roboto. That came from Guillermo. That was Guillermo, the director of Plastic Crack. I've talked about Plastic Crack so many times throughout my videos, but this is one of your first videos. Or if you're on the fence, of watching Plastic Crack, but get it on Amazon. It costs a couple bucks. I don't make a dime from it, but it's about collectors in the community and He-Man, My Little Ponies, Garbage Pail Kids, all toy lines, and some of the inspirations of why we collect. And she grabbed an awesome figure, which I just grabbed out of the box. So let's show both of them. Unfortunately, I noticed something. Hold on, keep it next to mine. Keep it even so we can see them at the same time. Something I noticed immediately was this was not the correct Skeletor. So this is a commemorative series half boot variant of Skeletor that someone put the Dragon Blaster accessories on.
Same thing. Oh, and I didn't know this. You put water in it, and this dragon has a little hole in there, and you push his head down and he squeezes water.
That's a true statement.
True story.
True story. Blade, the Masters of the Universe, Dolph Lundgren movie, number of figures like Gwildor and Blade and some other ones came out. Blade's a popular one. Gwildor is not. Two of the Rock people, super popular. Not super popular. This is super popular. The Hordak talking radio, if I had batteries in it and could find the right spot, which is very difficult to find a station because there's no antenna, the Hordak mouth moves along with the music of whatever radio station that it's picking up.
Yeah, this thing does too. Its mouth moves up and down and sings the song.
Rotar. There's Twistoid and Rotar. This one's Rotar, a desirable figure later in the line. Not a lot of guys had him. But if you had all of his accessories, he's a high dollar, several $100 figure. I remember him telling me there are no accessories to him. You know, I still can hopefully get 60 bucks out of him or something, but neat figure. Yes.
That is Skeletor. That's his real self. He has like a something.
People can't see. You gotta look at the screen. Those are challenge coins. Google what challenge coins are. They're a law enforcement and military thing.
Kind of
Fire
picture
department.
of
They're super cool. She's picking out awesome things to show you. Leech, I love Leech. We'll see the suction cup quality of him. He's good. Look at Brandy.
What?
Don't pull this off or I'll collapse. Ah! I love Leech. He's super awesome. Clawful, commemorative. Blah. Blah.
This is a statue of R2-D2. Watch what is.
No, C-3PO. She's gonna have her own YouTube videos someday and far outshine her daddy because she loves attention as much as her daddy. The Snake Men, King Hiss, Ratlore. There are variants with the color of necks of Ratlore. I don't know which one this is going to be. Let's find out. 3, 2, 1. This is the red neck, and then there's the yellow neck variant. The reason I keep touching the screen or putting my hand up there is there's a focus thing since I'm moving back and forth. Like I move back, I want to focus. And since I don't have a videographer to do that for me, I manually do it.
This is the small Batmobile.
Did it lose its wheel and the Joker get away?
Batman drives it. It goes pretty fast. True story.
Neat, at least with all my commemoratives, which are not as valuable. I mean, some guys don't care, but one's a commemorative, one's not. Let's look at the varying differences. Even the vintage had these differences. You could either get the blue accessories like the wings on the side and or the red ones. Likewise with the backpacks or the jet packs on the back, blue or red. And there's an incredibly rare variant called the Bluebeard Stratos that collectors will pay a pretty penny.
And it's my turn.
Not yet. This one has the rings on the maybe I can show you a little bit better now. What I'm talking about when I talk about commemorative. The vintage are smooth. The commemorative have these rings around it again to stabilize it and let it stand. But aside from just kind of glancing at it real quick, you can't tell.
It has wings.
It does. What's that thing called?
This is the Rancor.
The Rancor.
It's from Star Wars.
No way.
It eats those little things.
You gotta be kidding.
Those little like monsters. It eats tiny people. Like it eats like human people.
Gotcha.
So when you're watching the movie, you'll find the Rancor in the movie.
Cool. Getting into how he packaged his accessories, like it says Mechanic. Got two of the clubs for him, Merman, and he labeled them up here, which is nice, and it'll especially be helpful for the female SheRa figures that I'm not as familiar with. Like this is Frosta and her gear. So I'm going to actually set all of the SheRa stuff in this here. Brandy, can you help me?
What?
Start taking all these females
SheRa.
SheRa characters out. Kind of show the camera real quick what they are so people can see. Even though I'm not educating anyone on what the names are, but at least you can see what they look like. And you'll probably be commenting, "You know Motu Collector? You don't know what that's..."
This is SheRa.
Okay, whoa. Show people. Not all at the same time. One at a time, just a couple of them. This one's actually neat. Catra is a really cool character, especially in the Netflix series that I'm watching. I like,
guys,
and she's got her accessories.
Is SheRa. This is SheRa.
Here, get a little closer to them.
This is SheRa.
All right, she's got SheRa. She found SheRa.
Yeah.
Conditions, you know, there's face.
See, they look the same, but she's wearing a different
There's a little
outfit.
emblem in their chest that falls out, a little crystal. So put the SheRa figures in this bin. We're gonna keep them separate, okay?
Wow. Hang on, I'm sharing the blue.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
My blue.
Just two at a time.
Just two at a
Yeah, go.
Yeah, I wanna.
Hey. Very sentimental figure to me, Clamp Champ. Had him as a child. None of my friends had him, so I thought he was like, you know, crazy unique. I'm the only one in my neighborhood that has an African American He-Man figure. So he's extra special. Plus, I loved his weapon, which I'll get to later, which I'm sure it'll be in there.
This is also SheRa, but she's wearing a different thing. This is also SheRa. She's wearing a different one, but she looks different, but
Yep.
yeah.
Good job. Remember, over there. Sky Clone, is that how you say his name? He has that little freaking rotor on the side of him, which would make him spin. Why I loved him is, you know, the 80s were full of holograms and those things. I can't remember what the name of it. Electricals? Ugh, I can't say it. But they were on the 1986 Bats, G.I. Joe's. G.I. Joe Bat Troopers. And they had these just neat, almost 3D looking chest pieces. Real Blast is a neat one as well. And he had a chest that goes down. He's got some guns here. He's got some handguns. Bow, bow, bow. He-Man, again, you could be watching this 20 years from now, 10 years from now, or when it airs. He-Man's on the increase. Why I mentioned SCAREGLOW is going up in value is because there's more people interested in He-Man, and like I mentioned before, supply and demand. There's a set supply, and when a demand goes up and there's just a certain amount of them, boom, people are buying them. The prices start going up. When more collectors get into the hobby, then these prices start climbing up. When we start getting old, and if He-Man is not, like if she doesn't care, her generation doesn't care about He-Man, they'll start sky, you know, dive bombing. I'm very hopeful about an upcoming movie, a Netflix He-Man thing coming out with Kevin Smith, one of my favorite director that he's involved with. He was at PowerCon in 2019 talking about it, so super expect. Yeah, go ahead.
This is also SheRa, but these two is also SheRa, just a different version of her. She's wearing a different outfit. Her hair's kind of different though. But yeah, these are SheRa.
Yep. All right. Finally, something that is not commemorative. Hey, Battle Armor Skeletor. Let's see if I can get the action to work and show you guys. They're a little touchy sometimes. Oh gosh. Nope, can't get it working. That's alright. I'll cycle through it and mimic it for you. In case you don't remember, there's 3 different things. You could have it right here. The chest would kind of catch on a notch. You'd hit the chest, and then it would cycle to actually having damage. Like, you hurt me, you hit me with, I don't know, an axe or whatnot. You hit him again, and then a third mark would come. Or sorry, a third option, which would have multiple dings in his armor. And he's not a commemorative, finally! 2 of them, again, side comparison, Zodak. There was the armor that he came with, and then there was the accessory pack armor. A lot of people put this on the Wonder Bread He-Man. That's a whole nother discussion on its own. And then, as you can see, there's a lip on these feet, so he's the commemorative, and he would be the original. You got to come original. You got to come. Who sings that? Who sings "Come Original"?
I don't know.
Don't be banging. Oh. Squeeze! One of the Snake Men, Squeeze! I think I saw his weapon in here. I'll get to it momentarily. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good figure. Oh.
What happens is when you hit it with the sword, it goes to one, like if you hit it gently, it will go to 1, then 2.
More accessories. Hey babe, we're filming, BB and I. Squeeze is accessories, Tila's accessories. Another one of my not fan favorites, but I'm a fan, and it's one of my favorites, so it is a fan favorite. Moss Man. He would be the best way to clean a house. You just drop him on the floor, and every piece of dirt and lint is instantly drawn to him, because he gets, I mean, here's a hair from, you know, 1984. Here's a fiber from 1989 when the parent put him at a garage sale. Here's something from the last house that I just got him from. He collects all sorts of little pieces of ridiculousness, but he had a pine fresh smell. Hey, remember?
This is our cat.
Our cat's getting very old, which will...
She's the one that made the iron fall, and hi, is she sleeping?
Here, you want to show? We have a special guest that just arrived. Here, we'll show this little. Again, I like filming my family to show, because before I know it, this little guy is going to be a man helping me go on toy pics. And my dad had the same exact pattern for a flannel growing up. That is super sentimental. Boop, boop, boop. All right, I love you guys. Back to the collection at hand. Merman. Don't mix up things. Don't mix up things.
Well, those aren't the ones that I'm sharing.
Okay. you got to be very careful with them because their hair gets all frizzled. They lose pieces.
They are. This is SheRa.
No, one's like Bumblebee or Sweet Bee. I don't know.
Sweet Bee. This is Sweet Bee. This is Catra.
Stop moving them so much so I can focus in. Catra, another version of Catra. Look at the leopard print tights that she's wearing or whatever.
This is SheRa also.
So all of them apparently are SheRa.
Yeah, but that black one was another version of that. This is SheRa, but her hair's different, so not that.
Wildor, which was the one that I said wasn't very popular from the movies. True fact.
I want to find more SheRa.
Love me some Too Bad. Again, multiple variants for a lot of these figures, depending on the country of origin and whatnot. But there was a flatter back, Too Bad, and then there was the, bold. What would you call that? Bubbled out back or normal back? I don't know. And Too Bad had this mechanism where you could, that one doesn't. That's a little rusty. But let go and he would punch. Two of them are theoretically supposed to do it at the exact same time. But
This is SheRa. Oh wait.
Ooh, that's one of the rare ones that's included in this lot. So we're going to be very careful with her. She has brown skin as well, so she's African American.
She's almost me. She almost looks like me.
Oh yes, very beautiful. Again, probably limited release, late release. Maybe didn't sell as much of them, which all plays into account of why they're more expensive.
Catra.
Yeah.
She looks very different now. She has this little skirt on.
Ooh, super excited to see this. Prince Adam. Obviously, if you're watching this, you know who Prince Adam is before he transforms into He-Man. But with Prince Adam, he's always missing this darn belt of his, or the belt is so darn stretched out and you have to kind of knot it up on the back just to display it properly. This is one of the snuggest belts that I've seen in a long, long time.
This is SheRa, but she's a mermaid.
No, that's Mermesta. I remember
That's
that.
Mermesta. This is Mermesta.
Say that 3 times.
She's a mermaid, and she can swim in the water really good.
Yep.
Let Daddy's talk.
Dragster. He had this little pull string that you put through him, and then this wheel would spin, and you could go across the hardwood floor. Fisto. We fisted hard, He-Man. And I need to edit that out. There's a funny meme that goes around the He-Man Facebook groups. If you're not part of the He-Man Facebook groups, please get connected. There's Motu Nation, Motu Evolution, SCAREGLOW's house. There's a ton of other He-Man related Facebook groups. But there's a funny meme that always goes around where someone edited the comic book that shows, or the little mini comics that came with the figures, and Fisto's like dying or something like that, and they changed the wording.
This is a little thing.
You just gotta see it. Trust me, find it, Google it.
Like, it's a little thing that its ears are big, his belly can come it like can flip like that. This is like nothing.
I've never had that before. That's cool. More accessories for the girls. This is kind of neat with Mechanic. Unfortunately, he's broken, but he typically has red armor, and this is a pink or salmon color armor, which I don't see, excuse me, as often.
And let me share. This is all someone that I don't know who this is, but she's a SheRa. This is
like a peacock.
This is, she can turn into a peacock.
Yeah.
And this is her little peacock outfit. There's a shield, a brush.
All right, good.
And feathers.
Thanks for sharing. 2 characters we're going to talk about. Fisto's nemesis, Jitsu, who had the gold hand. He was the bad dude. And then Manny Faces, which had 3 faces. The monster, the robot, and the regular face. I've told this story before, but it's one of my favorite stories. I used to do a lot of Facebook auctions. So I would go on a Facebook group, hold up a figure, and be like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna start the bidding off at $5, and people would comment, you know, $6, $7, and I'm counting it down, you got 10 more seconds, 10, 9, 8, 7, and the bids would go up until I said sold, and then whoever won the figure, I'd write down the figure's name, the person, and the amount, and I'd move on, and that's how I would finance, you know, sell things to finance my collection. Well, in one such group, I had a Manny Faces. And I typically, with every item I was selling, I would just be like, this was owned by Michael J. Fox, or this was pre-production, one of a kind. Like, I would be goofy and silly, and one of my silly things, I was like, oh my god, this is a Manny Faces. He has 3 faces. This is the rare version. He's at least worth $10,000. Oh my gosh, $10,000. I can't believe I found a $10,000 toy. Bidding goes to whatever he normally goes for, like $10 or something, and I'm like, wow, you guys are getting a deal. I can't believe it. Normally Manny Faces only has 1 face. Do the auction, have fun, everyone knows, and there's, you know, 30, 40, 50 people watching, and the next morning there's a screenshot of some butthurt person, one second, let me finish the story, saying, I've been a collector for all these years and I've never been so insulted. I watched, this Justice Curry, and he was talking about Manny Faces, and I knew I had a box somewhere with 4 Manny Faces in it. And he was saying how it was worth $10,000, and I thought that, you know, my woes were going to be answered, and I had so much money because I went into this box and I saw that all 4 of them had 3 faces. So I thought I had $40,000, and this was going to be life-changing. And this person, once I went to eBay and confirmed that it was only a $10, $15 figure, I can't believe he would do that, and this is not a real collector. People went crazy on him. There was like 100 comments of, you know, bye Felicia, because he was like, I'm out of this group, and how dare you do this? And people were like, are you serious? You call yourself a collector and you believed what he was saying? You know, that other one was owned by Bill Clinton and all this other. It was funny. It was a funny thing. And without further ado, BB's got to talk to you.
This is SheRa.
We already talked about that. Stila.
This is Tila. She can turn into SheRa. Wait, can she?
No. Oh, we got a special thing, BB. Look at this. Remember this? This is the I'm going to have you
Tila. She's not in charge.
So
there's someone else in charge.
We were talking about the battle armor Skeletor. This is the battle armor He-Man, which the function on this one actually works. So we're going to pop it once. Bam. One slice. Once you hit his chest for me, BB. A little harder. Bam. Oh, did you do that to him? Look what you did to him. You rocked him. This is the one I had.
This is the sorceress. She is in charge of all the SheRas.
Yeah.
So she goes in the middle of all these SheRas.
Little fun-filled fact for you guys.
I am going to share my thing.
Not yet. If you've watched the Toys That Made Us Mo2 episodes, you should, because those are packed with a lot of great behind-the-scenes information. It's not available on Netflix. But to save costs, they used Big Jim. There was a 70s toy line called Big Jim, so they used a lot of the similar molds, which included the Battle Cat. Battle Cat was from Big Jim, and even before Big Jim, the Battle Cat was from a line called Tarzan. It was all black. I have it in my collection back there. But the Zor, and I'm having the brain fart that I knew I would have, the 2 birds, Screech, Zor and Screech, these were available, or sorry, they were modeled after the Big Jim line. So Big Jim had this American Eagle that looked just like what you're seeing right now. Closer, closer, closer. I think my daughter pushed a button. It's not making it zoom as well anymore, but whatever. Alright, you get the point. It's American Eagle, shows, color scheme. Awesome, awesome. Alright, there we go. And then reused it, put a little bit of armor on it, and then there was a stand that would come down, which hopefully is in this whole bin of goodies. We're getting down. I mean, look at, we're showing a lot of stuff. Let's show people what's going on here.
Don't show them this.
Come on, come on. Only about halfway filled with this box so far. It'll go a little bit faster because there's some bulkier vehicles that make up the bottom. As you can see, there's weapons. Rock On, the Rock People, Fisto had his sword. Here's the other one, Screech. That was the comparable to, let's see, Cobra Khan with the water action. Squirt, squirt, squirt. Cool one. More SheRa, Bo. Put him with the SheRa box. Like right now, I put the commemoratives over here. The original vintage is over here. I know. I remember him telling me that Snakeface does not have its shield.
Whoa.
So that's unfortunate, but whatever.
Whoa.
Man, his face looks crazy.
Yeah.
Nice. There should be a Thunder Punch He-Man in here, as well as, why am I having a brain fart again? Flying Fist He-Man. Flying Fist, I wanted to say Thunder Punch. Or I wanted to say Hurricane. That's Hurricane Hordak. So we got He-Man, Multi-Bot, which is similar to Modulock, which had multiple pieces that you could interlock and put together. More accessories, which I'll just have to go through later. Accessories. I'm keeping my eye out for the SCAREGLOW one because I want to see if it's in here. It better be in here. Oh yeah, he told me that there was going to be a Horde Trooper that he was going to add just because it was broken. Hopefully the arm or the other legs in there, because you can fix those legs. Hordax pieces, some of the crossbows and whatnot.
This is the mouse from a movie. This is his little mouse sword, the cat sword.
Oh, she thinks. That's just the letter opener, but it looks like Rika Chief or whatever from Narnia.
He can cut.
He can do that? He doesn't cut
stab
people in half. What are you talking about?
Stabs people.
A lot of these weapons I've never seen before, you know, because they're the SheRa figures. It's cool. I get to learn about new weapons and new accessories. Ah, yes. This is what I was talking about, the Clamp Champ. Let me set this down.
And I'm putting this back together.
Uh-oh.
Because that's what kids do.
Kids put things back together? What?
They put
Since
things
when?
away. They put things away. Like, I have a study time.
Clamp Champ has this awesome little clamp, which is kind of like this little insect-looking pinchers that you would push this in and boop, 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 boop. Love it.
Here.
Oh, Clamp Champ. Let's go further into...
And this is my study book. I have lots of studies in here.
Lots of studies. Some of this information is new. You're seeing it for the first time, as I am. So I have 2 Faker swords. It's a desirable sword. I only have 1 Faker figure. So having 2 swords to complete another Faker is amazing. Stratos. Weapons. Blast. Attack. Let's see if I find him. Blast Attack's the guy that explodes the robot, and it had this like det cord that would go around, and think Stephen Bisciotti from My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me podcast, and podcast, even though, never mind, Podcasters of the Universe. If you want a He-Man themed podcast, check it out. You can listen to Jeremy and Stephen talk about all sorts of fun stuff. I do have a YouTube video that I'm gonna upload in the near future of me being on their show and acting all crazy and having fun.
This is also SheRa. Wait, is this?
It's not SheRa!
Who is it?
Well, let's see if they know. The fans at home know who this is. So bring it back a little bit. If you know who that is, put it in the comments.
Yes, she has an amazing sword. It's sharp.
That's I'll give you a hint. It's a video game character.
Yeah, she can fight really good. See her armor. You can't even hurt her with all that armor on.
I'm having.
She's very inappropriate sometimes.
What?
Yeah, look. It shows her belly.
Hurricane Hordak pieces. Skyclone shield. Thunder Punch He-Man's sword and shield. I'm having a mini panic attack right now because I'm not seeing SCAREGLOW's staff, which I paid him thinking that the staff was in here. Oh, again, can fix that Horde Trooper's leg, and it has the staff, which is freaking awesome because that staff's always missing. So that's a bonus. Let's see, more pieces.
Yo!
Yo ho. It's upside down. Royal Swiftwind. BB's here. Royal Swiftwind. I have some of the horses hanging up in my translucent chandelier because they are translucent. But I've never had these other horses, which I'm sure if I don't hide them, she will quickly
Watch out!
take. But, you know, people, yeah.
Let me see it.
What did I say? What did I say? She would quickly take. But the accessories are what's important.
Whoa.
They had combs, they had wings that were easily damaged and broke.
Wait,
for the
how
aftermarket
do they go
collectors.
on?
Here,
They, like,
how about
slip
you
off?
figure that out? Go over there and figure it out.
Yay. Go play.
Don't lose them though.
I know.
King Randor staff, awesome. Ooh, another Prince Adam waistband. Like to see that. Yeah, I'm getting through all of them, and I still don't see SCAREGLOW's staff. One of my personal favorites, I've mentioned it many times, Bashosaurus. Why it's important to me is the sentimental attachment goes way back, and it came with my grandmother always visiting, or when she visited, she would bring a carded Motu figure. She must have bought like a ton of them, hoarded them, and then every time she visited, she'd just bring a new one. But she said one time when she went to the dump and she was throwing the garbage at the landfill and saw this way down in the dump, climbed down there, and this lady was like 4'10", off the boat from Poland, and she got a Bashosaurus, which the Bashosaurus function didn't work as well. So if it went like this, you'd always have to go bring it back. It's still the same one that I have. I'll never upgrade it because why am I going to upgrade my personal childhood one? Some different weapons, accessories. Thunder Punch He-Man, where you'd put a cap in his back here. And you would, I've never actually done it. You would twist this little back here and it would set off the cap and make a pow pow noise. Here's the spot to put the little caps, just like the little cap guns that you are familiar with. Things that I love. Things that I don't love is broken pieces. But Battle Cat's armor. Anytime I find a Battle Cat at a decent price, I buy them. I like hoarding some of them back there, or not hoarding, army building. And it's not hoarding if your stuff is cool, by the way. I've seen shirts of that. Stridor, right? Yeah. Jitsu's ride. There's 2 horses. The other one's orange, which I'm not sure is in there. Got one of my other favorite figures, Mantenna, which has this super cool eye function.
And I fixed the horse.
Oh,
look.
she did. She did. Let's see. What, Brand, BB? The wings are on backwards.
No,
The wings
they're
are
not. Look. They go that way.
What wings fly this way? They fly the other way. The saddle's on backwards. Go change it.
No, it's
Go.
not.
Yes, it is.
What?
Trust me. Trust me. More SheRa accessories. Doing this deal with him, my buddy, a lot of this stuff was unknown. He's like, hey, I'm putting this stuff in. It was kind of like shooting from the hip with prices, maybe overpaying on some things. That's all right. He's going through some medical issues, like I said. I didn't mind helping him out. So I didn't see photographs of all this. That's why I was like, I don't know if SCAREGLOW's weapons even in this lot. SCAREGLOW's weapons not only in this lot, the variant glow-in-the-dark weapon, the Halabrand, is also here. I've been personally on the hunt for this for many years. I can always buy anything I want on eBay. I don't enjoy buying things on eBay. I like the thrill of the hunt, buying it from people's collections, buying them at toy shows, swap meets, trading. That's where I get my kicks from. Not just getting, eBay has a lot of great deals, don't get me wrong, but that's not the way I collect. I do in some regards, but not primarily. I like to slowly acquire my collection by natural ways. Like, I equate it to going on eBay is almost going on to a game preserve. That's a square mile where you're shooting animals. Yeah, you're gonna get one. I like going out in the forest, not knowing where the animals are, and going hunting. It's just my way to do it. There's no right or wrong way to do it. But what I'm talking about here is the Halabrand. The one that's everywhere, not everywhere because it's a rare weapon, is
the unicorn.
Unicorn. What are unicorns supposed to have? Oh, it is a unicorn. Yeah, that is a very beautiful horse. A horse, of course. But the one that we're all used to, and again, I'm gonna have probably that same guy that yelled at me in my last YouTube video. But I do this. Because this deserves some talking about. This deserves some patience. And if you stuck with me for this entire video, congratulations. But I do it for the passion of toys. It's the one you see. The one that you do not see is this glow-in-the-dark one. So let's see what it looks like when we make it glow in the dark. All right, hold this up in the air. Come on. Go over here. Don't step on anything. Stand up. And it, wow! Here, stop moving. Yep.
Right
so
there,
there's
like
the mint
like
on
that,
card.
right over
SCAREGLOW. There is another
right there,
SCAREGLOW way over there.
right there.
But the Halabrand.
There.
Whoa! Let there be light. Is the regular one over there? The mint on card. The regular one over there. I have not held this one. I have not owned this one. I've wanted this one. This made my day. Like a lot of these things in this lot are to flip, to make money to buy other things that I want to buy. But some things are for my personal collection. Like, I kind of want this SheRa for some reason. I don't know.
This is for SheRa, right?
Yes, perfect. I've wanted this for a long time. This makes me happy. This made the whole lot like, I don't care that anything's broken in here now.
Now it's at the end. Whoa! I want to share the horses.
Okay. No, son of a pup. This might be one of the ones he told me was broken, or And it doesn't bother me as much because most of the leg bands are gonna break naturally anyway, just because of how the plastic is. They dry out, they fall out, and there's a number of reproduction chest legs or bands. In my mind, it doesn't decrease the value. I'll let people know that are buying it, and 90% of collectors will go, I don't care. It's just like if you had a screw on the back of a G.I. Joe and you replace it with a different screw, it doesn't decrease the value in my mind. Other OCDs, it might. But Mosquito has this really neat chest blood action where you'd push the button in the back and you could make the blood flow down his chest. That's all I had to do. So you punch that button, the blood would flow. I think it's been on its belly or on its back for a little while, so all the blood is like that. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's see if I can get it better. Pump, 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 pump. Here it goes. It's a flowing blood.
Wait, what?
Oh, what are you?
Wait, what?
Remember this one gets. Ah!
Ow.
Whoa. Whoa. I'm guessing this is maybe the commemorative one. Yeah, this has got to be the commemorative Panther. The plastic
Let me
feels different.
share.
Oh, by all means.
This is the horse and her wings and her thing. Saddle. And it's the same color as her. And she's just like that other one. And it's pretty cool how, yeah, they can fly. And she's not even a unicorn.
Yep. The commemorative series, Panther, I've never held one in my hand before. I love Panther because of the furry flocking that it has on it, but I can just tell that the saddle is just a little different color. Not color, but like a matted differently. Plus, down in its inner thigh, why am I looking at its inner thigh, you might ask, there's like a spot of the flocking missing down there with the maker's mark that says Mattel 1976 China, which on the original Panther, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, here's an original Panther right here, would not have that. So it's cool. Got a commemorative one and a vintage one. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. So we're gonna show. We gotta go up and eat. I'm starving.
This is the unicorn. She doesn't have any suit.
Yeah.
This is the lion.
Oh yeah.
And this is the saddle, which I'm
You gotta be kidding me.
not going to put on backwards.
Cool.
And it doesn't have wings.
Well, thank you so. We're gonna say goodbye in a minute. More of the weapons, or sorry, the accessories in there.
Unicorn's wings.
Yes.
And this is her.
Awesome. Some more weapons here. Ninja. Those are very unique and hard to find weapons, especially those nunchucks.
This is the unicorn and her wings.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Saddle.
Weapons that I've showed you a bunch. Battle wagon.
Can I see my things?
Yeah, one second. Just some other accessories. The slime pit. Lots of odds and ends. Super excited to see everything. We're gonna lay this to rest in a moment. Also, I'm doing a video in my G.I. Joe line. You're gonna notice some spots missing on my wall. I'm just kind of coming to some different revelations in my own personal life with my completeness, like a complete mint on card collection, complete this, complete that, or certain items in my collection that I'm like, I'll never let go. But I don't know, priorities change in life, goals change, focuses change. Always be a toy collector. I love it, but I also don't want to be, you know, a late 50s police officer running through backyards, wrestling with people and getting hurt. So if toys can help me accomplish some of my goals by not having to be an old man road officer, then I will keep pursuing different avenues. And why I'm saying that is I let go of a couple mint on card G.I. Joes, a friend of mine, a collector, was just like, hey, and hundreds of people have asked over the years. I'm always like, no, break up my set. That would make my brain go insane. But he's like, you know what, I'll give you top dollar. And I'm like, this doesn't make me any more special. Having, you know, a complete collection or a rare this or that, it's just plastic, it's toys. I get the same joy out of this commemorative Panther as I do out of a regular Panther. And that being said, I'm in the works right now with a collector that's trying to buy my German store display Castle Grayskull, which I never thought in a million years I would sell, but you know what? It does if you put a light inside of it. Let's show people. That's kind of neat. Never thought in a million years, but if I can make a couple bucks, and I'm probably not yet. I gotta put my phone in it. Not yet. I am insane. I probably should never sell this. I'll regret it, but money talks, and if that can make me be with my family more and not have to, you know, work a quote-unquote real job for as long. I have hopes and dreams of traveling the country, filming your guys' collections. That would be amazing. Going to toy shows, buying and selling and setting up booths when I'm in my late 40s and early 50s. That would be freaking amazing. And if selling a few of these high-end pieces mean I can accomplish that goal, so be it. Oh yeah. Way up here, there is a light. I love this display. This is an original Nintendo store display. As you can see, it looks like a Nintendo cartridge that's outfitted with some other things. So turn off the light for me. All the way. Oh yeah.
And then over here we have some lights.
There is a real light and a real plug in there, but it, again, being from Germany, has a different socket that I can't plug it into a US socket unless I bought a converter. So that's not super important to me. So I just put my phone light in there real quick to kind of give you the effect of what it looks like. So yeah, that might be going to a new home. It makes me sad, but
lights over.
Oh yeah, all sorts of things. So we're gonna turn this on one last time and say goodbye.
Wait, not goodbye.
Oh boy, no, we gotta say goodbyes. I smell.
I need to share my thing.
Hey, we can pretend share in a little bit. We can make a new video.
No, I need to share my thing.
Hold on. Make sure you hit that like. Oh, the battery's gonna die, so it's perfect timing. So the make sure to hit the like and subscribe. Even share this. Share it on your personal profile, Facebook page, or share it in a toy.
I have a special guest. Say hi. This is my dad.
Yep. We're gonna shoot a video in a moment, so you guys.
Sorry.
We're gonna shoot a video in a moment. Randy, if you want to turn that off, extend the legs out, set it up by the door, and we're gonna be facing in this, and you and I are gonna open a box, okay?
So this is my dad. He been collecting G.I. Joes. This is the basement. He been collecting bunch of boxes and like
collecting boxes.
Like
No,
he collected like these big
Listen,
boxes.
these aren't collection. This is so I can sell things. So the things I sell, I like to box up and send to people all over the world. So I need boxes always on hand to ship them. So let's go. Let's get those feet extended and set up our special.
Look at all those boxes he collected from the dumps.
All right, get the legs set up, Randy. Go on.
So we have this amazing cool basement. We have this amazing cool house with a bunch of toys. Look at all these toys. They're like amazing. There's There's Squirtle, this neat blanket. Wow. Now we have to go. Bye. Bye. Hi guys, I'm Brand. Today I'm going to show 2 of my things and then I have to go. Ready, set, let's go. This is my LOL surprise. I can't show you inside, but there's LOLs inside there. This is a bunk bed, baby bunk bed ladder. I'll show you the bunk bed. This is the cover for it. This is the bottom bunk cover. And then this is the bunk bed for the babies and stuff. There's the bottom. And then we just lay it out on here. Just lay it down. And then on carpet, fits on carpet, this will stay like that. And it will go right there. And ta-da! Now, I have to go upstairs. So, see you guys later. Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching that last video. I just wanted to take a moment to offer an opportunity to my friends and fans of my YouTube channel. It's called being a Patreon. Basically what that means is sending me a buck or a few bucks to help out with the hundreds of hours of time that I spend driving and filming and editing these videos. Also with equipment upgrades, I've literally gone through 3 GoPros in the last year and a half. As you already know, because you're not skipping through commercials on my YouTube channel, I don't make a dime like most YouTubers. I don't put ads on purpose. There's some amazing opportunities and perks from being a Patreon. You might get dibs on some of the toys that I offer for sale. I'll give them dibs to my Patreons. Getting your name immortalized in the end credits saying, hey, thanks for your support, your name here. Or getting a package from yours truly, a surprise mystery package. Basically, all you have to do, just check it out. Go to patreon.com. Here's a little part right here, patreon.com. Type in my name, Justice Curry, and I create a little site that you can look at. Or you can go patreon.com/Justice Curry to go directly to it. Probably the easiest way, the way I'm suggesting. Hit the little description of this YouTube video, and I'll put a direct link right there. Click on it, check it out. Now, thank you so much for your continued support for all my YouTube channels. I love reading the comments and having some of you reach out to me in PMs and telling me what this video meant to you. So please check out patreon.com. No pressure though. And if you like it, help me out. That would be wonderful. But I want to wish you a good day. God bless and keep on collecting. See ya.